Well, we are testing out the Nissan Armada today, this 2014 model you might have forgotten about, honestly. We almost did, because it's just not ever been a great big player in the shrinking full-size SUV market. But Nissan is still here, and we wanted to see how it's holding up. And unfortunately, we can't report that it's holding up very competitively. This vehicle is still big body on frame, and it's heavy duty. It does have a two-speed transfer case with low four-wheel drive range and everything. It does offer a big 5.6 liter V8 that you would need for towing and whatnot. However, that engine in itself is one of the big letdowns of this vehicle. It's only making 317 horsepower, and that doesn't seem like a lot by class standards anymore, and that's because it's not. But 385 pound-feet of torque help a little. However, the 5-speed automatic doesn't really hold up its end of the bargain, and that results in a sluggish vehicle off the line, as you might expect for a heavy vehicle, and terrible fuel economy, probably limited by that 5-speed automatic just not having the ratio spread that it needs. We're looking at 12 miles per gallon in the city, 18 miles per gallon on the highway for a combined 14 miles per gallon, and we're struggling to stay at that range. Overall, the look of the vehicle isn't bad. We like how it sits on the big 20-inch wheels, but the class average there is also moving ahead. We've never really cared for this kind of hidden door handle, but that's a Nissan thing, and if they want to keep it, we're fine with that. Now, it does offer a lot of room back here in the second row, with good accommodations, including a dual screen setup and a nice overhead console with the Havoc vents and climate controls. But what you start to notice when you're really looking around inside is the materials and the design and the ergonomics are just woefully outdated. The center console has got a lot of cheap looking materials, poorly painted, imitation kind of metal is what they're going for, I think. Doesn't really work. We have, some wood trim that doesn't hold up very well. We do have very comfortable seats. Themselves are great to sit in. We like the big, wide, fold-down armrest. So the seats are fine. The materials are not. And then you just see the outdated kind of infotainment system that we're still offering. The 7-inch screen looks very small on the center console here. And even more behind the times is the little tiny non-color readout in the gauge cluster that just displays your odometer and what gear you selected. So all of that stuff, I have no doubt Nissan will update when the next Armada rolls out, but we're talking about today, and we can't recommend you go spend $54,000 on this vehicle, because your money would be well spent just about anywhere else at this point in time, especially with the new GM SUVs. We do have decent fold-down third row seats with a nice power control. It gives you a decent flat load floor, so they are just fine in that category. But like we said, the ride is fine, the power is not, the fuel economy is atrocious, and the infotainment, you're just not going to be happy with your purchase when you start poking around the interior. I think that's absolutely this vehicle's biggest shortcoming, and it's just hard to deny that it's outdated, and we have to recommend that you wait for the next Armada, or if you're in the market today, you need to be looking at the competition.